So, well, sort of. I think my other son looks more.
Oh,
Like that's not good. Better than the mailman.
Hilarious. It's a good thing I was nice to you.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah.
So the microphones are in the ceiling and everything, so we're all covered, so we can just have normal conversations.
yeah. Oh, there's Taylor.
Gotta be quiet.
Well, we're ready to go whenever you are.
You didn't know, really?
He didn't say anything.
Oh, really? Because I was the one that told him to contact you. So
I'm sorry.
I guess he never.
No, that's okay.
I was.
I started the recording.
Oh.
Sorry.
All right.
I just wanted to get it done.
Go ahead. So, all right. So welcome to the City Center Redevelopment Authority Board meeting for December 18th, 2025. So should we start with roll call?
Board member Payne,
Here.
Copenhaver,
Here.
Fishka,
Here.
Friend,
Here.
and Michi and Ken are absent today. Oh, and President Fazio, I'm sorry.
Oh, here. Sorry. All right, thank you. And so maybe before we should start, we should welcome Heather as our new board meeting, who is a voting board meeting member today, right? That's correct.
Yeah, she was filling a vacancy, so normally you would start beginning of the year, but because it's a vacancy, Heather gets to start right away, so.
Great.
So
So
we just throw her right in.
Welcome. I don't know where I'm looking.
She's up there on the-
Well, she's there, but the camera's over there. Camera's-
Oh,
You
right.
can look wherever and I can see all of you very clearly and the microphones are fantastic.
All right, so first item is to approve the November 20th minutes.
Do you want to take any action on the,
Oh, great. Thank you. Sorry.
Michi and Ken.
So, do I have any? Do I have a motion to approve the absences for Michi and, Ken?
yeah,
So moved. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, so they're excused. So we can move to the board minutes then. Do we have a motion to approve the minutes from November 20th?
I will make that motion.
Second.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
All right.
Aye.
Right, so motion passes. We can move right to the executive. Or onwards.
just want to clarify a point of order. Can we get Heather's vote on these or abstention on these? Did you vote on the minutes, Heather, or are you abstaining?
Thank you for clarifying. I was abstaining based on not being present, but I'm happy to review and approve if needed.
That's fine, we have enough there.
Okay, thank
And
you.
then vote on the excused absence.
Yes.
Okay, there we go. All right. So, going to be quick on this. We do not have a development pipeline report. We had a really short report. Kimberly and I reviewed it, earlier this week and just decided better, let's just consolidate it, and have the update in January, when we have a fuller agenda. Let's just go back in.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's no development pipeline report. The subcommittee, did actually, meet earlier and, talk through some of the issues on our waterfront gateway project. So that happened, nothing really, to report, right now on that. And in terms of other project updates, I was trying to go through some of the things I normally provide updates to you on, and don't really have much there. I will be preparing a new agenda, work plan for 26, 27. I'll try and get that out in the early January. That gives you a preview of what we're going to be talking about in next year. In January, we will be electing new officers, so think about that. And then the expectation is we will be able to review and act on the waterfront gateway development agreement amendment So we have that, and then, so I'll give you, if there's other items for that agenda, we'll give you a preview of those, but we'll hand out that updated work plan, and I will make it, kind of closing out the previous one we've been using, so it'll be 26, 27, the work plan, and I'll do my best to do some forward looking on that. So just only a couple of things. I guess I should have started by welcoming Heather as well. Heather and I had a chance to meet at the beginning of the month, anticipation of her being approved to the board on Monday night. So we went through, so Heather and I had a chance to talk through a lot of the kind of role responsibilities of CCRA, as well as some of the kind of outstanding topics and whatnot. So a little bit of a kind of a fire hose there. And then I shared with her a number of the materials for some of the current work we've been doing. So looking forward to working with Heather on that. And then I think some of you have met Callie, but just want to do the formal introduction. So this is Callie Taylor. She's been a member of our team, our Economic Prosperity and Housing team. And I think I shared with you that Kimberly has moved to a position on our housing team. So we've had this opening for what's called the senior support specialist position that supports this committee, as well as a bunch of other tasks. And so Callie is stepping into that role. For now, it's temporary, but the hope is that it's permanent. So she's shadowing Kimberly for now, and I'm sure Kimberly will probably be with us again in January, but we'll see if everything goes well. It'll just be Callie going forward after that. So if you get communications going forward, things like that, it should be coming from Callie. So, and we'll make sure when you get emails from us, you'll have her contact information, so that when you reach out to us, you have that information handy. So we're excited to have Callie, part of the team now. And then here we're in the Aspen room, as I shared with you. So we will be meeting in the Aspen room, with one exception for the next 6 meetings, while council chambers there's a renovation project that's happening upstairs. So we'll be here. And then I think March, there's a conflict and we have a different scenario for that. We'll share that with you when we get closer to that date. I think that's all I have, unless there's any topics that anybody wants to ask about, any updates that.
Anyone have anything?
I guess I should share one more thing. I should have thought of this earlier, and I'll send emails to you. We one of our sites in the Heights, what we refer to as parcel B, there's 3 parcels in a row along Mill Plain. It's the farthest site west on there. We had been working with Elan and company on a workforce housing project. The other 2 parcels are permanently affordable, deeply affordable projects. So we wanted something that had more of a mixed income feel to it. And so they had a proposal. We kind of worked with them without getting into any negotiations on development agreement. They were unable to kind of come to a plan that would work for them. And so they didn't want to go forward with a development agreement. And so we decided to kind of walk away from this, just to not drag it out and not get into a formal situation where we then had a development agreement and then we'd be kind of thinking about extensions. So, so it truly was mutual, but as a result of that, we were thinking, because they did share with us, they're very transparent about, like you do a lot, David. It's like, here's the numbers, like this doesn't pencil. We can't like unless we can get a cost of funds here, we can't. And so we decided to take a step back rather than putting the property back out for some kind of RFP, and really try and engage the developer community in a conversation about workforce housing. So we're trying to schedule a workforce housing roundtable for mid to late January. And we created a developer list of folks that we thought were really interested in this space. And so we sent that out, and we're trying to schedule the meeting date based on their availability. So it looks like, we should finalize a date in the next week or so, but we'd be happy to have anybody join that roundtable, or if you have other folks, so I can send it out to you. But it really is meant to be kind of roll your sleeves up conversation about, here are the different variables that go into making a project of that kind of income range pencil, and what levers do we have to help make those happen, but what else is happening, some of it's, are there better opportunities to bring down the cost per unit on projects, obviously there's a cost of money issue and other things. And so anyway, we're having that conversation in late January, and I'll, send you the invite that we sent out, but we'll also, if you're not part of it, we'll have a chance to report back on that later on.
Other than you and the developers, who else would be invited to that? Just council developers?
No. This is like I said, this is like a work session. It's just, yeah, and truly, we're gonna come ready to talk numbers. Meaning here's what pro formas look like on these projects. Here's what rents are look like. Here's what, and talk about, okay, where can we influence the cost on these things, or the returns on that. So that's the kind of conversation we're having. It would come back to council as a, recommendation for what we do next on that site and other, our housing goals include like these income, you take that overall housing goal, it really does drop into these different income buckets. So we have to deliver, I forget the number, it could be like 8,000 workforce housing units out of the 40,000 housing units over the next 20 years. So it's a big number that we have to figure out how to bring in at this 80, 100, 120% AMI range.
So in Portland, 60% AMI is somewhat even the market rates coming in.
Yeah,
So
we have
what are
that.
you- And so what
Yeah.
consideration are you taking in that sense, that with the market conditions right now?
It's a good question. I mean, the 60% AMI projects and below still are, we deal with those typically as like tax credit deals. We don't really have many proposals that come in trying to do 60% AMI without the formal subsidy. But we definitely are seeing the 80% as close as market in a lot of places in the city. So I do think that's one of the topics that we have to discuss in this roundtable, is if market rents really are gonna be close to this, are we really solving for just market
Exactly.
projects as opposed to specific type?
I think you are, because, what we found that our product, even though they're kind of at the top end of the rent scale, are still 80 to 110.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think if you open that up, you're gonna get a lot more developers.
Yeah.
And we don't do 60% light tech. It's just too complicated, but.
And when the markets, some of the units in Portland,
Yeah.
they're lower.
Yeah, that's what will agree with me on this one, is that we're seeing some movement in Portland now because, and I'm not saying Vancouver should adopt this, but we're looking at two projects where people permitted them and then they expired. And now that they're waiving SDCs, impact fees, and also waiving expirations, things are starting to move again.
Yeah.
Does the multifamily tax credit extend up to fourth plane?
Multifamily tax exemption, yeah.
Exemption.
Yeah, we redrew the map a few years back, and so it certainly includes the heights, but includes all the properly zoned properties along the Mill Plain, Fourth Plain, and then going north on Main Street corridors that are kind of the BRT corridors, plus some other big chunks of area, like in East Vancouver, we pulled in things like the Vic and Columbia Palisades, and areas like that.
If you go to the MFTE dashboard, there's a map there that shows the districts.
Okay.
It's really easy.
And then when the comp plan is done midway through next year, that'll probably then trigger a review of the map again, so that we can pull in areas that were identified in the comp plan as areas where we want to see a lot more multifamily. So once again, we started with what's zoned for multifamily, and that's how we drew the map. The comp plan will change that, so there'll be more areas that are zoned for multifamily, and then we can decide which ones we want to pull in. There's areas like St. John, things like that, that are areas that are not in the map that people talk about.
Patrick. The next meeting happens in January. There the extent you're inviting CCRA members.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure it's a sub-forum group that actually attend.
Yeah, I got you.
Triggers things.
Thank you.
If
Yeah,
there's
we'll make
specific
sure.
People. that-
Yeah. Only 3 of you can attend, so we'll see. We'll start with we'll start with David, the developer, and I think Beachy'd already been invited, actually, because of Killian, because we have done work.
And Dick's still a developer.
I'll set aside.
Well, I didn't realize that was, yeah, a whole other conversation there, so, anyway, so that's the update. Back to you.
So, before we go into the executive session, is there anyone from the community that either, obviously no one's here, but we're online? So can we move right to the executive session?
We're gonna move.
Gonna be here or?
No, we're gonna have to move. So, do you want him to state anything on the
Yeah,
record?
just, I mean, to capture for the record, the board will be moving into executive session to discuss, real estate negotiations pursuant to RCW 42301101C. And how long does the board anticipate? When will we be back from executive session?
I would say, an hour.
An hour?
An hour. Okay.
Oh.
I know we had that much discussion.
Okay. Well, you want me to go, you want me to estimate long or be optimistic?
We'll just need to come back in that amount. of
Okay,
time.
let's say 45 minutes then. We'll say 45 minutes, and if we need to extend, then Mark can come in and
So
Sounds
we'll
good.
come back at 1:30.
let's say 1:35.
1:35, okay.
All right.
And then, Heather, you should have the executive session and Teams, the login, so you'll just have to leave this meeting and join that.
Perfect. I will do that. See you all in a few.
Thank you.
And then
Of course.
So
Yeah, we're gonna hang out here. But you guys.
Cool. Is there-
Go ahead.
Executive session is continuing on and we're going to extend it until 1:50. Go.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, we've concluded our executive session. No decisions have been made, so we are adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.
See,
See ya.
that's my job.